Be Gold
Oh,
Nova on Poke Floats.
Gold Nova and Gold Nova in what's the
Yeah,
map?
come on. Name any other Smash stage.
No, not Smash. I'm thinking, um, what was the Ascent like on Valorant?
Oh, yeah, Ascent.
Gold, Gold Nova and Ascent, and then Global Elite on Dust 2, and then um, Silver on Pokey Floats, and then on
Silver on Poke Floats.
yeah, and then Nuketown, your um, Master Guardian Elite MGE.
Yeah. I'm actually Master Guardian on Junk Return.
Oh God, what was the other one from Overwatch?
Uh, Colosio. Um,
Bruh.
I don't know any other Overwatch maps apparently.
Also, by the way, I'm rolling.
Oh, you are rolling?
Uh huh. You're speaking. We're speaking without any context, and people will not understand what we're talking about. While we're just talking about a bunch of random maps and stages from like different games, and people won't understand the context.
Hmm.
But all right. It's your resident Rice guy. I don't know, CEO, resident Master Ryu player. Parent. Well, right now I am. We were supposed to record this how many like ages ago?
20 years ago.
We were supposed to
Yeah, I
record
know.
this
Like
right
4 months
after.
ago.
No, the week after we got out of the con, we were supposed to like record this, but dude, it's been such a long time.
It
So
really
yeah,
has
should do.
been.
Cause you're so busy.
I
Or
I'm
you don't
finally
bug me
not
enough.
busy. What?
You don't bug me enough either. That's the other thing.
Well, I haven't been able to bug you enough because I've been so busy.
Fair enough.
But now that I got my schedule for the next 8 months, I'll know I'm definitely not going to be as busy as I used to be. So
Mm-hmm.
we can do more recording.
Yeah. Let me turn on noise suppression so that way it doesn't. Okay, that's better. All right. Okay, so
Is
my
noise
voice.
being suppressed?
Yes, because there's like, what's it called? There's like a fan in the background, so I just want to make sure that's not going through.
Classic, classic PlayStation player for in 2014.
I have the same thing that you have. I do not have a PS5. I'm broke as hell. You should know this already. I have no money
No, I
whatsoever.
mean, I'm talking about your the fan in the background. Every every kid on PlayStation when they were younger had a fan in the
They
background.
have
Their
the
mom
fan
was
in the
talking to them.
background.
Their dogs were barking.
It couldn't be
Like,
worse. It couldn't be worse than the people with the Xbox, like, just having the worst mic quality possible. So it's like, would you rather have a fan running in the background for your PlayStation mic, or would you rather have the Xbox, like, just have the worst mic quality possible on that?
I would honestly rather be listening to somebody with a funny mic than with a fan in the
That,
background.
you know what? Good point. I would too. It would be kind of funny because you can just, like, you can do it either jokingly like and be
Hmm.
really funny, or you could just do it unironically and it would still be funny either way. So I mean, it's like the muffled mic memes and all that.
Yeah. Listening to people like that get mad and their mic's just going off the rails is insane. I love listening to that.
That reminds me, I was playing CS the other night. Oh my god, this was
That
so fun.
figures that are a bunch
Yet,
of
did
CS.
you see me playing CS like every now and then? Like when I never
Yeah.
played, or I haven't played the CS or any FPS game the entire summer because my desk is so horrible and I don't want to ruin my aim. Because if
Hmm.
I just play on that, like my arms are not aligned compared to like the desk that I'm playing on right now. I can actually aim on and stuff like that because the level also matters. But
Yes.
now I can actually play CS. I was just trolling. Like there's like this one lobby there I was just like messing with, and I was just doing an Elmo voice, and then um, what else was
You
I
do
doing?
a good Elmo voice.
I was doing a young Sheldon impression too, and people were like actually genuinely mad because of me doing that.
A young Sheldon impression is a
Yes.
really funny thing to say.
And the fact is, I was just throwing out jokes left and right. It's like, nice baiting, bro. Because he was literally like, he was saying, "Oh, you're not doing anything," like because I was on the bottom. It's like, "Oh, you're baiting me, bro." So,
Yeah.
because he was just standing there, he's not doing anything. I'm just trying to go in, trying to get picks, and he does not do any single thing. Like he only gets the lamest picks, which is the
Mhm.
stupidest part. Like one of my teammates, but
Classic CS player.
exactly that's what I'm saying. And if you're listening to this, fuck you, fuck you. This is what you
If you're
get. I hate you.
if you're listening to this and you also play CS, one, you know what we're talking about. Two, stop playing CS.
Exactly. And also, I mean, I just play CS just because it's funny. I just can't wait till CS2 comes out because I'm just on a
Yeah, I'm
backseat on
talking to you as well.
it. Okay, man. I enjoy the game. What are you gonna
Yeah,
do
yeah.
about it? You play it too, but you. The worst part is you quit on a game in mid game.
I did not. Did I quit out? I
I
would
think
have
you
only ever
did.
quit out of one.
In like a comp game, I think you quit out on a comp game though.
There was one comp game that I did quit out of, and
I
that might have been
know.
the last time I played CS. I
Yeah.
honestly don't think I opened it up since then.
It's the last time you've ever played Overwatch like 2 as well.
True. I haven't played Overwatch in a few months. I'm going clean. So I
Yeah.
I'm honestly I have mixed feelings about Overwatch.
Man,
I
you are on a healing arc just
I am
by
on a healing
you
arc.
are literally healing just by not playing Overwatch and all that. Your wounds, they are barely noticeable now
The
cuz
the issue, I don't even know if I want to call it an issue, but something funny, I guess, is that I'm having more fun playing Rocket League 2, which
you're playing
is an
Rocket League.
insane thing to say. Yeah, exactly. That's my game I play.
Are you still toxic? That's the main issue.
No, actually, because I decided to turn everybody's chats off, like quick chats.
Fair enough.
I turned off everyone's quick chats, everyone's normal chats, turned those all off, and just decided to focus on me and my friend if we were playing together.
You know the bell curve, remember? Because I keep talking about the bell
You
curve and all.
always
Like
talk about the bell curve.
you're talking about like muting people. That's like the left side, like the very left side, because you're like you're fully in peace. The middle people are the people who are like actually malding, like in the like the big hump. And I'm on the other side of the spectrum because I'm a better player apparently because I've gotten so much better. I've played, I got to Master Rank with Ryu like
Mhm.
the a few months ago and all that. Ever since I reached that, I've proven to myself that I feel like I'm actually a good player, and I've reached the calamity where like I can actually just be in peace and not mauled anymore because I know that I'm a better player. I mean, granted, yeah, there's times where I like actually, like of course, some occasionally get mad, but still, like it's more peaceful because like especially when someone's like doing like playing annoyingly or anything like that. They're like teabagging and all that. I like kind of laugh it off and also try to like I just beat them. And if I lose, I'm like whatever. I'm
Mhm.
like this type of mindset at this point where it's like the people where they're like it is what it is. It's literally that point where
It
I just say
literally is what it is.
it is what it is. And I feel like both of those spectrums, the right side and the left side, we've reached our peak, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's been so peaceful ever since I hit that rank finally. So I don't have to
Mhm.
worry about it.
I
Speaking of,
I
yeah.
also finally got a my highest rank so far in Rocket League.
Yo, what
Uh,
rank?
well, 3v3s. I hit a I hit champ by myself, which
Mm-hmm.
I never play threes, so my threes rank has been significantly lower than my twos rank for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm finally champ in threes,
Let's
which
go.
it's nice. Nice to be here.
All right.
Uh, my twos rank is still whack though, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna talk about twos.
It's time to
Go
hit
on.
global with me. It's time to hit
I'm
global with
not
me. You
not
are
playing
going to go
CS:GO.
play C. We are going to play CS2. You know that already. That's inevitable and that's a given. We are playing CS2.
Big issue with that, and I will get to that 1 second.
Oh, okay.
My if I wanted to install CS:GO right now, it would be 30 gigs. I have 60 gigs free on
Oh,
on my device, which is fine. And by the time CS2 comes out, I will have zero gigs left for CS2.
this
So
sounds
I don't
like
know if I'll be
Download more
I don't know if
storage.
I
Not that
should
hard.
download more
Yeah.
storage. Go to
Hmm.
freestorage.com.
It's funny
The
that you bring
storage is
this up.
spelled wrong.
Yeah, it's funny that you bring this up because like I'm the main person who always runs out of storage. Like just now, like when I was
Oh,
installing Forza just earlier,
just
I
just
or not just now, but just recently, I
no,
had to
yeah.
install Forza. I had to uninstall like five different things. I had to uninstall Fortnite. I had to uninstall League. Thankfully, League is gone. Let's go.
It's coming back. Next season, League's coming back.
Um, I'll get to that too. Um, yeah, I got that rid of that. I got rid of Fortnite. I got rid of League. What else did I get rid of? I think I got rid of TF2. Unfortunately,
That's a sad sign.
I know. I'll don't worry. I'll go back. I'll go back. Don't worry. I'll probably play. I just haven't had the time to play TF2.
Nobody ever stops playing TF2. We just take longer breaks.
Yeah, I know. I've been on hiatus from TF2 for about like how many years? So that's saying a lot for me
Yeah.
personally. So I mean, what else did I get rid of?
I just recently got Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, you
And
did.
Baldur's Gate 3, if you don't know, is 150 gigs.
Oh God.
And when I went to install Baldur's Gate, I had 10 gigs on my device. So I had to uninstall CS, I had to uninstall a handful of other stuff.
How do you like
And
Elf Simulator or
um
Hot Elf Simulator? Yeah.
that is very dependent on who I'm playing with.
Yeah.
Uh as a solo game, it's very weird. It seems like there's a lot, especially if you have full stack for in your party,
Mm-hmm.
should do because some of the fights are hard without four people. Uh, it's very, it's honestly kind of relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your own solo D&D adventure, and if you've gone on a solo adventure in D&D, you know that it's pretty fun.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen stuff about it. I just didn't know it was like that elaborate of a D&D game. Like, how is it? Is it multiplayer? Because I don't.
It is multiplayer, so it's co-op multiplayer. You
Oh.
you would make a character and then join you, or I guess the other way around. You would join your friend's game and then make a character for that game, or you can choose to play a pre-made character, like one of the
Yeah.
important NPCs you would come across.
Mm-hmm. So just to make it
Um,
easier.
yeah, just make it easier, make it quicker. If you
Mm-hmm.
want a special, if you want a special bit of backstory that will come up during the main story, uh, pick a pick like a pre-made character
Mm-hmm.
because the pre-made characters have without spoiling too much, they have their own, well, one personality and their
Mm-hmm.
own things that happen to them, special events that happen during the night,
Yeah.
which I think is pretty cool.
So.
I'm sad that I don't actually know if you can do it for a custom character,
Mm-hmm.
if you can pick your own.
Yeah.
But no, it is very cool. Um, the romance options in the game are very hard. Not hard, they're just weird. Like trying
Yeah.
to try because well, that was the whole big thing was that Baldur's Gate was very marketing on that you get to romance the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, it's pretty much, it may as well be a visual novel trying to romance the characters. Like it's talk to them, do things that they like throughout the story, and then talk to them later, and then pick the right dialogue options. It's very visual novel-y.
So how is this? What's it called? How do you would you call this DM? How would you describe this DM or the interactive storyteller? How would you, if you were to rate like the DM as an actual person, how would you rate it?
Um, there is a narrator in the story, but
Okay.
as far as as far as that goes, there's no other DM. It's really just an RPG.
Oh, okay.
You talk to your own characters. You get to talk to whoever you want. You get to go anywhere in the world you want. You
Mm-hmm.
get to do any events you want,
Mm-hmm.
and there's really no restrictions, including the items you collect, the things you can do. Everybody you talk to either has important information or doesn't.
Yeah.
And to me, that is better than having no information at all. Like you could talk to them and they could be like, scram, get out of my face.
Mhm.
And that's better dialogue than if they would have just not given me the option to talk to them.
True.
Granted, there's 150 gigabytes of data in this game, so I would hope that it gives me something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So it's just an interactive. I would say it's mostly an interactive D&D kind of thing. If you were to
it is
describe it.
it is the best iteration of D&D I have seen out of any game, in
Mhm.
my opinion. Or I suppose a tabletop game. It doesn't necessarily have to be D&D,
Yeah.
but it uses the D&D classes. It uses D&D uh, class subclass system, feat system. It's just D&D the game.
Mhm. I've noticed because I've
And
seen so many people talking about it, and I kind of like it's got me a little interested. It's got my eye.
yeah, I've played D&D online, and that is a worse iteration of D&D than Baldur's Gate
Yeah.
is, in my opinion.
That's D&D online. It's a little rough, honestly. But
It
yeah.
could obviously be better, but it came out so long ago that it needed a replacement, and I
Mhm.
think it got one.
I mean, it's good to know that it actually aged well now, at the very least.
Yes.
But yeah.
Now playing with your friends in that game,
Mhm.
one friend is fine. Like that's one friend. You guys can do whatever you want still. Pretty easy to do pretty much anything.
Mhm.
You can play with a maximum of 3 friends though.
Oh, okay. So it's only up to three at that point.
So you can have 4 in your party, and it is a D&D party. And in my experiences, it is a lot easier to be in a party with less people. That being said, with 4 people, it's very easy to not get a say in what you do,
Mhm.
especially if you're not that vocal of a person.
True.
Very easy to just kind of wander off on your own and then get boned because you accidentally walked into a fight
Yeah.
uh, that was made for 4 level 4 characters and you're level 3.
Ooh.
But alternatively, if the party doesn't communicate with each other, if they if you guys are in one spot and then all 3 of them decide to split up, then everybody's on their own.
Mhm.
And then it just kind of sucks to like there's not really an easy way, especially if your party is stubborn,
Yeah.
to get everyone together on the same page doing one set
Yeah,
goal.
because it has to have some level of cooperation. I feel because it would be because more people, it would require more decision making, and also just it would create a little bit more conflict. So I see what you mean by that a little bit more. Yeah.
Yes. Cooperation is important, and it takes a lot from D&D in the sense that your D&D campaign isn't going to go well if your party doesn't cooperate with each other.
That's what I feel like in just like a normal campaign too, because when you have like a lot of people, you're gonna have some conflicting opinions, so like the decision making is gonna be a little bit, and like you said, like being vocal is also another issue too, which that's another whole can of worms, I would say, personally,
Yeah.
from personal experience too. But I mean, I've what do I know? I've only played 2 campaigns, and I barely got through any of them, and I barely did anything either, because it was like one of my first times. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just like following along and
Yeah.
stuff. I mean,
Uh, I've played in enough campaigns to have a lot of good and a lot of bad experiences.
yeah.
And it is so much easier to have bad experiences because the party just doesn't get along.
Hmm. That's just how it is. Like with that kind
Yeah,
of.
that is how it is.
Mhm.
The game itself, though, very good game, very fun, an insane amount of content. I highly recommend it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Baldur's Gate 3. That's on my list. Other than that, there's so many other games. Have you seen like? So I've seen. There is you see Armored Core 6, right?
Um, Not really, actually, no.
It's just basically a mecha game, so it's just like you fly around in like a Gundam or a mecha, and then you just try to like
Ooh,
shoot down a bunch of
cringe.
stuff. Okay, man. All right, what makes you think that? Why is that your first impression?
Name one name one person who likes Gundam that isn't cringe.
All right, well, I mean, it's really cool. Like You're flying in a robot. What more can you say? I mean,
Neon Genesis, that's what I can say.
okay, besides Evangelion, that's the first thing that comes to your mind. I
Yeah, that's the
mean,
only thing that comes to my mind. Actually, no. Uh, I did hear some very occasionally. I hear people talk about Gundam just out in the wild.
I mean,
Um,
would you want to go build your own? It would be pretty cool because like having like a Gundam kit and then being able to do that, just get like the pliers and try to snip them off and try to
it
put it
would be.
together.
It actually would be very cool. Like it probably would have been something I enjoyed if I had it as a kid, but I can actually I probably still would enjoy it now. I just don't want to get into Gundam.
Yeah, it seems like an expensive hobby, just like because it's like
Yes.
Legos. It's literally like expensive, a little bit more expensive Legos, I
Yeah,
would say. Like, because and it's also requires a lot more work. So, I mean, I can see why more adults enjoy Gundam more than, like,
more than
kids.
kids. That
Yeah.
does make a lot of sense. Counterpoint. Have you seen the prices of Legos lately?
Oh, God, dude, I cannot find a good one. Have you seen? So, I was in Florida.
Yeah.
I was in Florida like a month ago and all that, just going
Yes.
through like Disney and also other places. Um, we went to the Lego store. I
Yeah.
saw a Pac-Man Lego set from the shelf, and you want to know how much it's listed for?
125.
No, more.
More? Wait, actually, wait. What kind of Lego set was this?
It's like the actual like real scale Pac-Man like arcade cabinets. Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly on Chrome.
Full
Yeah,
real
yeah.
scale arcade cabinet is a nuts thing to say
Pac-Man.
because arcade cabinets are huge.
Well, it's like like the arcade one up bar top one. It's like that
Mm,
size.
hmm.
Pac-Man Lego. Yeah, 269, 270.
Let me see that. Send it in the
Yeah, let me go
game.
send it to you right now. This is, I swear to God, this is actually the price. I'm not even
Oh,
joking.
I believe you.
Here, here, here. Oh, come on, dude. Let me get it.
It's too big to send, too pricey to
Yeah.
send.
All right, go to this. This is their
Okay.
page. You know how much an arcade one up Legos or Pac-Man arcade is?
How much?
About 200. Let me see. Pac-Man arcade one up bar top.
Can you actually play this or no?
No, it's 150. Oh my god, the bar top one or the countertop one, 150. That's criminal. And
That's
oh my god.
criminal is right.
Oh my, they're getting robbed. You can buy an actual Pac-Man cab for 150 compared to this being
For almost half
170.
the price.
And you still have to build the Lego set. But I think you don't have to build this one, the countertop one. I don't
Yeah.
At least I don't think you do.
Well, you better have to build it. It's Lego. Lego is made to be built. I think that's the
Yeah,
whole thing.
but the thing is, if you were to get an actual working thing that actually functions as an actual Pac-Man, well, you know what? If the Pac-Man one for the Lego, I know this is unrealistic for me to say, but if it actually had Pac-Man working on it, I would say it's worth it. But
Oh no, I agree. Maybe not $300, but
yeah,
150 I could see.
270. Oh my, it is so criminal. And I'm still kind of mad. Like I'm just mad thinking about it. It's like, and remember the NES one for the Lego? I think it
Yeah.
was 300. I was gonna say you can buy an actual NES cheaper, which is criminal.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
The NES has never been $300. Like the
well,
actual NES.
yeah, well, probably for inflation, it probably would be a little bit like more. I think. Is it? Let's see. NES price with inflation. Let's see. Console prices adjusted for inflation.
I don't know. How much did an NES cost in
560. 560 if it was adjusted for inflation.
500?
Yeah. For the original price was 200 in 1985, but if it was adjusted,
$200 in 1985?
yeah, but if it was today,
Jeez.
it would be 560 if adjusted for inflation.
All I know is that, or what that tells me is that inflation is a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it be. That is the
That's
world we live
that's
in.
how it that's how it do, Yugi.
That's how it do. Have you played Yu-Gi-Oh yet? Have you touched
No,
Yu-Gi-Oh?
no, I
All
don't
right.
want to, but I have watched and rewatched uh the Pot of Greed Yu-Gi-Oh video from
Yeah, I'm sure you
5 years
have. I was
ago.
good. I was just
My
about to say
favorite video of all time.
the most banned card ever. You would never see that. And like the
I
day,
summon Pot of
imagine the
Greed.
day Pot of Greed gets unbanned.
that
The meta goes to shit.
I'm so sick of people talking about metas for games. Just play the game and have fun and lose to me, the greatest player of all time.
Um,
Stop trying to be better than me. What do you have to prove?
that's coming big from you, considering that like you get mad at me when I play melee with you.
I get mad when we play fighting games because you button mash and it works because that's what a fighting game is.
Guess what? I know neutral now. Do you know what that
Awesome.
means?
I'm still not playing melee with you.
No, I'm not even. It's really funny because like a lot of my skills and all that I've learned from Street Fighter, it actually transferred over and made me a better melee player, which is
That makes
crazy.
sense,
Because like I
actually.
have the mindset now. Like I literally have the mindset, and I learned how to bait people. I learned how to like use range to my advantage now, and also how to be
Oh,
patient. I know.
projectile spam. Yeah.
No,
A
I
classic in a fighting game about fighting.
you
You
know
throw
me.
things and it works.
I play Fox. I have to
Yeah,
come to you. I don't camp from like another side. I know how to approach people, and if people do that to me, I know how to beat them. Look,
that's fair.
this is coming from me, who's a. Why don't you appreciate me? I'm a Master Ryu.
Yeah.
I worked hard for it. I
That's
worked hard
awesome.
for it.
That has as much meaning to me as me telling you I'm champ in Rocket League.
Look, I'm happy for you. I never said that. Like, I'm not
No,
like
I I
downplaying
know.
your rank.
I'm I'm happy you got to Masters too. But also, I still hate fighting games and don't like them.
But I never said I hated Rocket League. I just thought
You
it.
should. Rocket League sucks. You should hate Rocket League.
Why would you not be nice to me in the
I'm being nice. I just said I was proud of
reverse?
you.
Yeah, no,
And then you said, I don't even know what you said. I
I
stopped
guess.
paying attention.
Yeah.
I don't I don't listen to anyone who's below Grandmaster in Street Fighter, so
It's like if I were to actually play chess now, like I can
oh,
probably have a better mindset too. I just need to learn openings. I need to learn because I can apply that same thing, which is crazy.
nice. Yeah.
I can apply that same knowledge that I've learned from Street Fighter from Melee because fighting games is literally the chess in live action or like just on like like a shorter space. It
Hmm.
sounds crazy because I just need to learn like different openings. I just need to learn how to attack and apply that same theory in like chess and all that. And I'm sure like any chess like chess coach, they would notice like, okay, you're an aggressive player.
Hmm.
Because I will try what I will probably do, the first thing I do and all that, I will probably find an opening to try to get a check and then try to like close out the game as soon as possible. Or like, just take out like, a lot of stuff or go for a lot of trades so that way I can like pretty much win the game. And like I noticed that carry over into a lot of different stuff too, which is crazy. Like the my mindset, my unga bunga mindset, which is crazy for me to say, like actually carries over into
That
mostly anything I do.
sounds about right.
Well, I mean, I'm conscious of it, and I also at the same
Yeah.
time, if I
Yeah.
notice that I'm doing a little too much, I'm like, I become a little bit more self conscious, and I'm like, okay, I gotta adapt somehow. So, I mean, games do crazy stuff to you, or they teach you a lot. It never thought like because people said, oh, video games bad for you now. Now it's actually like actually making me more conscious about stuff too, which is crazy. So
It's making you more conscientious. Yeah.
conscientious or
I don't
like
know if that's
no, it's still the right
well,
thing either way.
I know it's a word. I just don't know if that was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
more appropriate word to use than conscious.
yeah,
But no, I get what you're saying.
yeah,
Video games are bad for you, but because at least right now they're bad for me because I have a different approach to conscientiousness than you have,
yeah.
where I have realized that I've realized through playing video games that I'm very bad about finishing things.
Hey,
Um,
it could be worse because like I have a backlog of games too, and I have not touched anything. I'm very guilty of that.
I mean, that is true. We all do have backlogs, and I'm not saying that anybody doesn't,
Yeah,
but I have decided to become more conscious and do the other extreme instead of not playing or not starting games that I have.
yeah,
Is 100% in games that I have.
yeah.
And so over the last couple of months, I have 100%ed, I want to say 3 or 4 long games to 100%, which I feel
Ooh.
gross after doing it. I feel like it's not like, oh, nice, I did it. It's finally I'm done. Let me play a different game
No, I
now.
feel the same way because like whenever I 100% or whenever I did like all these other stuff back then, it was
Mhm.
like it just felt like a whole sigh of relief after I finished up with those. What are those
Yes.
games though?
I could check right now, actually.
Oh.
I know one of them or two of them are the two SpongeBob games, the two newest ones.
I was not expecting that when you
Uh,
said SpongeBob. I'm like, oh, you 100% of the game, and then I hear SpongeBob, and I'm like, well, that was a whole whiplash
good.
just for
Uh,
you to say SpongeBob.
SpongeBob Cosmic Shake sucked to 100%. Uh, that was the that was the first one I decided to 100%. That one sucked. It's SpongeBob games like that are just a big collectathon.
Yeah.
Uh, a big old do all these different things. It's going to take you a while, but it's nothing that's too difficult.
Mm.
It's just going to the level, find the thing, find the other thing, call it a day.
Yeah, yeah.
The other game that I completed was SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom
The
Rehydrated.
remake. Yeah.
Yeah, the remake. And the other one was bad. This one was miserable to 100%.
Yeah, because it
It
was
was
an
just,
old game.
it's the same collectathon, but it just sucks even more.
Because they did it, they literally copied it for piece, and developers were just like that back then.
Yeah. I mean, it's all in all, it wasn't a bad SpongeBob game, the original one, but going from Cosmic Shake to Battle for Bikini Bottom sucked because Cosmic Shake plays that so much better.
Hmm. Well, I'm
um,
sure because, like, at least they improved it.
they did improve it a little bit.
Hmm.
I love THQ Nordic, but man, is every game they make the exact same.
Yeah. And what's the last game?
Uh, Ravenous Ravenous Devils and the Pedestrian. I think I did as over the summer as
This
well.
sounds like a visual novel, is it?
The Pedestrian it's that game where like you play a guy and you can only move through street signs.
Oh, I thought, dude, that name was so long. I thought it was actually a visual novel. I'm like, you 100% a visual novel? That's insane.
I I would 100% a visual novel, but the other game was Ravenous Devils, and that is it's a how do I want to describe it? A horror cooking simulator,
A
but
horror.
it's a management game where like
Oh, okay,
you've
okay.
you have customers coming in, you have food that's got to be delivered to the table, you've got food that needs to be prepped,
Yeah.
uh, and that wasn't bad to 100%.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, I ended up finding something super easy that I could do, which was rely on the same dish just be sent out over and over again,
Oh, free
and then
cooking.
not actually get the upgrades that required me to worry about more food that needs to be
Hmm.
that the customers could order.
Yeah.
I pretty much restricted the customer to being able to order a handful of food
Yeah. Yeah.
instead of like 25 dishes.
That's smart, honestly.
Yeah,
Just to make sure, like, you're locking your options and just making your run easier.
yeah.
Did you?
I didn't mean to optimize it, but I it was actually just more of lazy where I looked at it, I said I don't really want to deal with three other ingredients. I'm just going to deal with meats, and it just so happens that the meat dish got me the most money.
Yeah, I
So,
like that. Funny that you talk about an exploit. I've gotten into a new hobby, and I've been getting into cars recently.
ew.
Um,
Car like real life cars.
yeah,
Uh,
cars could chow.
cars could shout. No,
Yeah.
cars the JoJo villain.
No, stop. No.
Go on though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see me playing Forza pretty much regularly now.
Yeah, I
I've
think we
got
played today.
it's gotten so bad to the point I actually have a shifter right now. I'm waiting for my paycheck to come in so I can actually buy a racing wheel because you can hear it. Oh
Yeah.
no, hold on. Let me see if I can turn off noise suppression here. You hear
Oh
it?
my gosh, my ears. Yeah, I can hear
That's
it.
my shifter. That's my shifter right now.
Oh yeah, I did see that you got that actually.
Yes, I do have that. So I am gonna use this once I finally get a wheel, then I finally get a base.
Mhm.
I can actually use this for like racing and all that because I've gotten into it like pretty recently. I can tell you most stuff about like some certain engines. I can tell you about like the car that I really want, and then like other stuff. But it's crazy because I've been getting into like a lot of car stuff, and I've been getting so much stuff like related to cars on YouTube on my recommended feed. Anyways,
Yeah.
point being, or going back on topic, um, Forza. So the progression system really like is kind of slow and all that, and like
Yeah.
I really wanted a specific car and all that. Search up the GR86. So I really wanted
Oh
that
yeah,
car.
I know that
Yeah,
car.
it's
I got
just
you.
it's just like the funny drifty like
Yes.
it's the new drifty car, the Toyota
Drifty is
one.
a very good way to
Yeah,
say it.
but I really wanted that car because I was like, I'm a sucker for that car, and I that's also my favorite car currently too. Like that, I really want to get on my list. That's my
Mhm.
bucket list car IRL that I actually want to get if I ever
Yeah.
have enough money to afford it after I pay off my other car. But so the way to get it and all that, there's like an event to get it, and it just ended when I bought the game because it was on sale. The game was on sale for $30 on Steam,
Mhm.
and it just ended as soon as I got the game, which is
That
pretty coincidental
sucks.
because they probably did it on purpose, but since I really wanted that car, I wanted to go full lengths to get it. Problem
Mhm.
was, the only way to find it and all that, you have to go through an auction house. If it was since it was the event was
Oh,
over,
ew.
I
Yeah.
had to go to the auction house. Guess how much it was listed on the auction house?
How much?
200 million, or no, 2 million. Yeah, 2 mil. I think 20 mil. No, it's 20 mil. My bad. Yeah, so it's
I don't know
20 mil.
I don't know how the cash system works in that game, but that sounds like a lot.
Um, so
Hmm.
for every race and all that, let's put this in perspective. You get I think 9,000 roughly. So
Oh,
yeah, you get nine
okay.
thousand like dollars or points or credits, whatever you like to call it.
I got you.
Put that into perspective on how many times I would have to win how many races, and also the amount of hours that I would have to like dump in order to get that car.
It would be a lot.
Exactly. So my mind was like, okay, so this is gonna be hard to get, and I really want this car. I would do anything to get this car and all that. So my first option was to go to the auction house, because it was like the buyout prices. Because there's like on eBay like how there's like a buyout price, or there's like you can buy it now, like any item off,
Yeah.
just to get an instant buyout. So the instant buyout was 20 million. And then
Mhm.
for the auction prices, people were cheap, like cheaping it out so that way they can like people usually set it low and all that, and then like the auction progresses and all that. Um, I would bid on like some of it for like cheap prices and all that. Um, didn't work because I realized, oh, I need to farm more money. I did that just through normal races and all that.
Yeah.
Went back again because I wasn't able to win before that. It didn't work again because there's also another
Right.
aspect that I didn't count for. people buy things stuff out and they troll you. So it's a waste of time, like because you have
Mm,
to let the auction end within the next 20 minutes for every auction and all that.
yeah.
And then it would be a waste of time because there was just going to be some guy who just instantly bought it out for 20 million for like just as a like
Somebody who
just
already had that much money stockpiled waiting for the car to
exactly, or they just
reach
did it
zero on the
just
auction.
yeah, and they just trolled you, which is the
Yep.
worst part. So um needless to say, I was kind of pissed and I was like fed up and all that.
Yeah.
So I wanted, like I said, I would pretty much go any length to try to see if I can get this car. And it just so happened that some guy on YouTube, they found like a glitch where you can just easily like farm like 2 million in like
Hmm.
a glitched race. So there's like a glitch that would farm you like money for like 2 million per race and all that. And that would be my method for like trying to like get the car
Nice.
easily and all that. Now, if I knew this method before or within the week and all that, that would save me hours because I was just spending hours and hours trying
Oh,
to like
I'm sure.
race
Yeah.
like, and then when I found that method, I'm like, oh my god, this would be so much easier. And I'd use a method. I came out with 30 million, which was more than enough to
Ooh,
pay for the car. So finally, I was able to get it, but they haven't
nice.
patched it. They haven't patched it, which makes me kind
Good.
of kind of worried because also some other people are probably doing the same thing too, the same kind of thing. And some people who are clueless, I feel kind of bad for because they don't know any single thing about this like glitch or exploit. And they like, it also keep me kind of concerned, but I was like, you know what? Like I didn't feel guilty about it because people were like buying it out just instantly. So
Yeah,
like
it's hard to feel guilty when people are doing it to you too.
exactly. So I'm like, yeah, like at this point, I'm becoming the villain like everyone else, which is,
Hmm.
but I mean, now I have it. I guess I can say that I can just like cruise around with it, and it's like,
You rightfully got it.
mm-hmm,
Hard earned.
yeah, finally,
Yeah.
yeah. It that game like I've dumped 27 hours, and it's only been a week. Is it? Hold on, let me see. 27 hours into the game. Let me see. 20 no 30 hours, and that's a
Makes
lot
sense.
for 2 weeks. That's a lot for
I
2 weeks, honestly.
That's how I was with what's that game called? Um that one like League of Legends type game, 3v3 soccer.
Oh, what's it called?
I'm blanking on it.
I know what you're talking about. Mega Strikers.
Omega Strikers, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I was with Omega Strikers, where I I ended up getting like 30 hours in 2 week or in a week. Sorry.
Hmm.
Um I had a very bad Omega Strikers brain rot, and then I just kind of burnt myself out of it, and I haven't touched the game since probably since July 7th.
Hmm. I know
So,
some friends are still playing that game sometimes, like because they haven't had a significant update, haven't they?
oh, they have, yes.
Oh, they
They
have.
have had a very significant upgrade or update.
Or update. Yeah, yeah. I mean, wasn't it absent for a bit? There wasn't there like a bit of absence in that game, and then they
Um,
came out with an update
I
after.
honest I honestly don't think so. Like I think they've been
Really?
pretty consistently updating stuff.
Hmm. I mean,
I I've been keeping up a little bit with it, and it seems like they're still very much trying to make their game good.
mhm.
Like not that it's bad; it's a very good game,
No, I've seen
but
it.
trying to keep it good is what I meant to say.
Yeah, I just didn't know if I had the time investment because also at the same time, like when that came out and all that, I was like, okay, I gotta mentally prepare for Street Fighter.
Yes, it
So
did come out at the same time as Street Fighter,
yeah, so that's
and it
why
was very much pick one or the other.
yeah, that's why I didn't really want to do it like that kind of thing. That also reminds me, there's so many other games because like I have to buy Tekken because that's coming a week after my birthday,
Yeah.
and then there's Persona, which everyone is like going
Ooh.
crazy over.
Persona. What Persona is it?
Persona 3. It's a remake of 3. So they're
It's another remake.
no, it's good. Look, trust me, this is actually a pretty
It's
good remake.
good. Trust me.
You should see. You have to see the trailers for it because it's actually crazy. Even if you haven't played a Persona game, like please check it out.
That's fair, I guess. I have
Like,
not played a Persona game
look, as much as I like to dunk on the Persona community because like it's
because they
pretty
deserve
cringe.
it.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do, and they're so cringe. Like that game, they actually put their like the devs put their heart into it because it actually looks like pretty nice and it actually aesthetically I'd say it's like a pretty good game, or it looks so good to me so
Yeah,
far.
I believe it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, I just see One Piece franchise sale in the
Yeah.
thing. I'm actually starting to get onto One Piece. This was supposed to be an anime thing, and then now we did not talk about anime for the last
We'll we'll
30
hit anime in the
minutes.
next one.
No, we'll do a little bit of anime, and then we'll probably do more anime later on. So
Yeah.
we'll put more in, but yeah, I finally got into like at least doing One Piece for now. Finally, and I'm
Finally again, because
yes,
I know you
finally again.
already
Yes,
did.
yes. I'm actually trying to read it. I just don't know how to because I'm trying to do reading and trying to watch it, like some
You're
arcs.
reading and watching?
Well, like reading the like kind of the side parts, and then like for like action sequences or like at least like like battles.
Oh, so
Um,
you're cherry picking. Lame.
it's hard though. I realized like I wanted to do that from the start because it would seem pretty efficient to read this stuff and then watch like most of the like the crazy fights and all that. But then
Yeah.
I realized it's a little counterintuitive because like you would have to figure it out and also figure out like guides on how to do that. So
Yeah, you'll spend more effort trying to pick and choose than actually just
yeah,
it would be less of a time commitment just sit down and watch it or read it.
which made me come to the conclusion maybe I should just probably just watch it so that way it just makes my life a little bit easier. That's what I
So
figured.
coming from somebody who not me, but coming from somebody who tried watching it and reading it, my friend has read it a little bit a couple years, or
Hmm.
watched it a bit a couple years ago.
Hmm.
Decided that it was too big of a time commitment to watch, and then decided to start reading.
Hmm.
And according to him, reading it was is so much faster. You get so much more done,
Yeah, yeah,
which is true because the show takes their sweet time on everything.
yeah.
Um, so if you want to get it done, I would say read. If you want to experience the colors and the flashes of lights and the
Then just
very
watch it.
real
Yeah.
personalities, then watch it.
Oh, that also
Which,
leads me because the what's it called? The live action is also out too.
yes, is it out or is it coming out?
No, it's out because on
Oh,
Netflix it's the
nice.
31st. You want to watch it?
Not right.
Of it?
Not right now. No, I will. I might take you up on that later, though.
Mm. I'm sorry, I'm just drinking boba in the background.
Uh, Understandable.
I haven't had a boba very long though, so that's
I was
why.
actually talking to my friend about One Piece as a show
Hmm.
today. Uh, and I said something along the lines of, like, as cheesy as it sounds and as kind of cringe as it sounds,
Hmm.
One Piece is way more of an experience than a show
That's what I
because
would say too, because like
a
see,
lot of the time, if you're watching a show in order to get to the end of the show as fast as you can, and you're watching it to get through the season or to figure out what twist is going to happen, then awesome, watch a show. Uh,
mhm.
as I just mentioned, One Piece takes their time with everything, and you really do get to enjoy every single moment that happens with a very large cast of characters.
Yeah, and like
Um,
Oda writes
and if
so
you
many
don't,
good side stories too. I've noticed.
yes, absolutely.
Mm.
But if you don't want that deep personal connection with every character and every scene,
Mm.
then that's fair. One and two, watch a different show.
Yeah, fair enough. I like as you mentioned, like as an experience and all that. I feel like there's never points where I'm like, oh please, can I skip this part? This is like because like it's not like to say it does have filler, but it's not filler to the point where it's like unbearable or like boring, like to
One
make
Piece
it.
actually is one of the shows with the least amount of filler.
Yeah, I mean, despite
Least
people saying,
least by percent, mind
yeah,
you. It has about 100 episodes of filler, but there's only nine. It's only 9% filler.
yeah.
So
The joke as it goes, like people saying, "Oh, like One Piece fans when they say, oh, please go watch this," it actually gets hype at like around episode whatever like
it gets
number
hype
on.
around episode
It
245.
actually
I
kind of
swear it does.
does. It actually kind of does, unironically. Like
No, I mean, with me, that wasn't the case. It got hype at episode one, and then it stayed hype until what am I on right now? Episode
no,
100.
it still gets pretty hype. Like even then, it's like every single part is hype, honestly.
Yes.
So like it's that's not even understate. Like I'm not understating it whatsoever because I feel
No.
like it's actually like a pretty fun kind of lighthearted thing.
It's very fun, very light. It's lighthearted with a lot of heavy hitting scenes,
Yeah.
but those heavy hitting scenes you don't really have to worry about
Hmm.
until you start watching and get into it.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for like a goofy adventure, awesome. Watch the first 50 episodes and then you'll get your fill.
Hmm. That also reminds me too, like regarding anime. I
Yeah.
finally got some other people into the Bochi cult. I
Awesome.
got some.
I saw
Well,
you change your profile picture again back to Bochi,
yeah, back to Bochi. It's back to.
back to the grind.
I mean, I haven't been like stating like, oh, I'm literally Bochi, like
That's
lately.
good.
So I'm
The road to recovery.
I'm gaining my sanity, but like, it's still like still feels like the elements of she's literally me are still lingering, because
That's fair.
quite literally it is true. I will say. Um, yeah, anyways, with that being said, I got people to join the Bochi. Well, at least allegedly. Hopefully they like pick up on it. Cuz
Allegedly.
you know how I drove to Smash tournament on, well, I don't think I told you this cuz there's like a Smash tournament on last Thursday. I went with a couple of friends who are
Maybe you
from
did tell
Austin.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to ISU, so I can do a tournament over there. I was listening to like when on the drive back to my apartment and also driving them back home.
Yeah.
Um, I was like, "Do you guys mind if I listen to weave music?" And they're like, "We do not care." And I'm like, "Great." And
Those are the wrong words because now you're going to put it on.
I just started blasting Bochi music, which is crazy. And then some Eurobeat. I put some Eurobeat on.
Nice.
It That's a lie. It's all
Awesome.
fucking
Good lie.
you know, next time I will put some Eurobeat, but that's probably a bad idea. So the next group I'm going to tomorrow with other friends. Remember how I said
Yeah.
I'm playing with my family friends? I'm probably gonna be putting Initial D or
Yes.
some Eurobeat on. So just a quick warning to the people that are tuning in to this podcast, or like my friends that are podcast, are the friends that are tuning into this podcast and going with me to Champagne. I will probably put Eurobeat because I've been listening to Eurobeat and trying to drive too, like in Forza.
Mm.
It's also like I can't keep it down. I need to use this to get me through traffic.
Well,
Honestly.
by the time this episode comes out, I think it'll be long past when you grab them. So
No,
I
I'm gonna
don't.
try tonight. Look, I've gotten to the point where I want to get this out tonight as fast as possible.
Okay. That's
So I'll
good.
probably try to see if I can get this out tonight. Granted, hopefully I don't have issues this time, because you know in the past I haven't told you about this. I've also had, I probably shouldn't be talking about this, but I've had issues where I had to switch through 3 different providers. I'm probably gonna censor this just for
Yeah. I mean, you can. Yeah, that's fair.
yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna try
You're good.
to make sure that this episode is out tonight. So yes,
Nice.
be on the lookout for that because I'm actually gonna try to actually do it and not keep it like a whole year later, which I did for the
Yeah.
last. It
You
was
did
like
do the
it
last
was like
one.
half the year because it was like January when we first did the one with Gomi, and then I only uploaded it like before we left to um,
Yeah,
to the anime con. Oh yeah,
that is
Midwest.
right.
Oh
You
yeah,
did you did do that super late.
oh yeah. Speaking of, how was
Yes.
like I forgot about that. Like I forgot that we went to a con, but it was like actually really fun. We're gonna talk about that briefly before we end it. Before we end this episode.
Yeah.
Well, what was you? What did you do around there? Because I remember I was probably like doing more Smash and more Melee, but
Yeah, I sat for the better half of 4 hours playing different punch outs because I love punch out.
Punch Out King. I saw
I,
like,
I
are you
am the
still
punch out
doing?
king.
Are you still playing Punch Out or trying to do Punch Out speedruns?
Well, I haven't started ever doing speedruns, and I did play punch out yesterday. Um, but
Mm,
as for still playing, I have once once work started for me, I kind of stopped playing.
yeah.
But I did want to get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
I I played the original yesterday and got to the last, like just in one sitting.
Mm-hmm.
First time sitting down in a while to play. Got to the last title bout,
Yeah.
or sorry, not last title bout, the last circuit,
Yeah.
and got to Bald Bull, which was
Of course, it's gonna be a little bit
uh
of a nightmare.
Bald Bull rematch, which was I want to say third or fourth,
Mm-hmm.
third or fourth place. Which after that he was the last rematch, and then it
Mm-hmm.
would have been Super. He was third because no, it would have been him. It would have been Don Flamenco rematch, Super Macho Man, and then Mr. Sandman.
Mm-hmm.
So he was fourth.
What kind
And
of
I
gimmicks did they add for like the rematches? I forgot what they did. What were the
so
gimmicks?
Um, for Bald, without giving too much super nerd talking for 20 minutes on this, because
Yeah.
I will do that.
Yeah.
Bald Bull, they added. See, you know you can one punch knock down Bald Bull.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
he on his bull rush, he charges. You hit him at the right frame
Mm-hmm.
or a couple of frames.
Yeah.
Uh, in his second fight, that is the only way you can knock him down. You can still do damage to him, but you have to knock him down 3 times. You have to hit that frame 3 times, and that is the only way you can knock him down.
Yeah.
Um, so in that fight, there are mandatory 3 punches that you cannot miss.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you
You
lose.
lose.
I don't know how the point system works for that fight, but I'm gonna assume you just lose.
Yeah.
For Piston Honda, for his rematch, it's really just the same thing, but more annoying.
The Winks.
Actually, I would say less annoying because I beat that fight faster than I beat the original
Yeah.
Piston Honda.
Mhm.
Who else rematches? Um, Town Flamenco rematch is just as easy. It's the same punch dodge, punch punch punch
Yeah.
punch punch
Yeah.
punch punch. And then I think there was one more rematch, but I can't think of who it was.
Hmm.
No, I think it's just those three.
Just probably those three. Yeah. That makes sense.
I do know that I still don't like fighting Great Tiger.
Yeah.
But I can beat him now, as opposed to sitting there idly, like I did. Oh no, I'm thinking of the Wii version. Wii Great Tiger sucks, but I uh
He's
I
like
can
Dawson.
beat him.
He's
I
like
just don't like it.
he's like Dawson from Street Fighter. He teleports
Yeah,
all over the place.
yeah, he uses magic and
Yeah.
teleports everywhere.
Yeah. He's.
Um, I will say one last thing about Punch Out, unless you want me to keep talking about Punch Out for an hour
Yeah.
or another hour. Um, I love the fights in that game. I wish that Super Macho Man and Mr. Sandman are well, I kind of wish they were lower in the ranks. I think they're in the perfect spot. But I wish I could had the chance to fight them more just because in order to fight those two, you have to beat every other fighter some more than once.
Hmm.
because those are the two last fighters.
Mhm.
And Super Macho Man, actually both of them, they aren't really that much different than any other fighter in
Yeah.
terms of like they don't really throw any tricks at you. It's
Yeah.
just Super Macho Man has his macho triple punch or triple hook,
Hmm.
spin hook, whatever. And Mr. Sandman has his Dreamland Express, and that's
Yeah.
really about it.
Those are the gimmicks.
Those are the gimmicks for those two. I can't think of what Super Macho Man is called,
Hmm.
but it's nothing like the Honda Rush where he
Just
runs
shows up
around the
first.
stage, punch, 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 or it's something like Great Tiger's spin around invisibility
Yeah.
teleportation move.
Hmm.
And it's nothing as like, oh, I need to figure out how to fight him, like Bald Bull's or not Bald Bull, like King Hippo, where you can only punch him when his mouth gets opened.
Yeah.
It is it is just a test of determination and patience,
Hmm.
which is what I like about those fights.
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
And
if you really like Punch Out that much, there is a character I know for you in Street Fighter, which I know you're gonna say you hate fighting games.
I do hate fighting games. And
There's a
unless
character.
this fighter has a 2 button maximum requirement to
He
play,
does. He does, but it's shorter combos and they aren't like motion inputs.
I
There,
do like shorter combos.
there is a character that does boxing, and he has one button combos, and he's coming in the next DLC, which we'll see how he plays around. But he's probably gonna do one button combos, and you probably will enjoy him a lot. I would say.
I I probably will enjoy him. What I won't enjoy hearing is every time I open Steam or every time I, you know, look at somebody who knows fighting games, they're gonna say, "Oh, this character's busted." YouTuber YouTuber shocked expression on their face.
I've healed.
How did this character fly past testing?
Okay,
I hate that.
those are people that just complain. You have to. The thing is that I've learned to accept over time and all that. People will hate you no matter what. People will hate playing lame and all that. And even me from time to time, I also get mad at like people who play lame. But at the end of the day, I like kind of learn to accept it and say, all right, they're just playing the game. It's just game.
No,
Which
I don't even mean people who play lame. I just mean the people who are mad that a new character came out and they can't use their extensive knowledge of the game to beat every combo that character has because they're new and quote unquote busted.
you know you know the counter to that, or like the easiest card you can pull out for that.
Get good.
Exactly, skill issue. Just say
I
skill
I
issue.
will not say skill
You
issue.
like
I hate the term skill issue.
if you beat someone like that and they just complain about it constantly. If you like the player beat someone with like the easy character and all that,
Yeah.
you outperform them and you like actually beat them. So that's they on their part for losing to you, like no matter what gimmick they use and all that. And that's how I've been losing. That's how I've been winning to a lot of rage quitters. And like like when they start teabagging me, I just immediately turn my brain to this other mode where I abuse like my character and all that, and I also try to like stop them by also like paying attention to their habits, and then the next thing you know, guess what? They alt F4 off the game, and
Yep.
I pretty much win the mental warfare.
That's good. Mental warfare was half the battle of a fighting game. Or of any
Mental,
game, really.
yeah, I would say in any game really, because like
Yeah.
there's rage quitters in every single game, no matter what.
Yes.
So I
True.
mean, that's why I was saying like like mental warfare. If you win the mental warfare, or if you know how to win the mental warfare, you can win in any game whatsoever. And if you know how to like at least combat like your own negative kind of habits and all that, you will
Yeah.
usually like win the battle against yourself, which is like also trying to not be toxic or trying to be depressed is like also the half the battle too.
Yes.
Like if you lose or you get set back, you just say, okay, I will evolve.
I will evolve.
Yeah, even if you lose, that's like the second part. But
All I know is that I mean you are right
yeah.
in saying that.
Hmm.
But all I know is I don't even have to play the game to feel this mental battle because if I walk into a room and somebody tells me that a new Overwatch character dropped and they say, yeah, they don't know how to balance Blizzard doesn't know how to balance characters, I will one agree with them and two walk right back out of the room
Yeah.
because I get it. Every new character that Blizzard releases is busted. That's that's kind of expected at this point.
Well, that's like a different perspective too, because like if they intentionally make something like even more busted and all that, that's on like the devs for
Yeah.
doing that.
Well, I mean,
So
like new characters and what new characters specifically.
yeah, I mean, if people like if a more majority of people are saying like complaining about that, that probably is a point where like like you should probably like kind of accept that, but also at the same time, that's the devs' fault because there's gonna be more players that are gonna hate the game and all that, and they're killing off the game, which is probably their fault more. So you should just
Yeah.
learn to accept that, like, hey, the devs are kind of stupid sometimes.
Oh, I'm sure anybody who plays Overwatch has accepted that their devs are stupid.
Exactly. So that's like the
But
other
it
part.
it becomes a split between like, or it becomes a deciphering between is it actually a busted character or is the new character not to your knowledge yet?
Hmm.
Like, do you know how to fight against this character yet,
Yeah.
or is he actually just broken?
That's also the other part because like I like there's also like so many other like matchups like for example like in games like Melee or you're playing like fighting games specifically and all that there's like different characters with different archetypes and they have different tools for different cases and
Yes.
if you don't like if they're using a gimmicky thing and all that that you have to adapt to that you have to know what they're doing and all that and how to combat that and then like you have to gather like knowledge and data over time. So that's like the other part,
Knowledge.
which is like the first time I've ever played Street Fighter, I got placed in gold. Well,
Yeah.
not saying a lot because like gold is like for me personally, gold is probably low and all that.
Yeah.
But like I had no clue what most people were doing and all that, and like how bad players were playing and all that. Over time, I was able to turn that around because like I know bad players are gonna do this and all that, so I have to practice with them just by like doing certain things for like hours and hours on end just to practice to combat the types of stuff and situations. And then
Yeah.
I had like memory lapses, or like I have not memory lapse, or like
Memory
memory
lapse.
lapse, or synapses. That's what I was gonna say. Like, there's gonna be synapses, or like the brain cells are gonna like fire up, saying, like, oh, this person's gonna do this, and it's like a pattern recognition, and you know that like you mentally become prepared and you know how to combat
Yeah.
certain stuff. So that's
Right.
how I was able to adapt and get better as a player. So that way, like I'm able to recognize these situations and win fights like that.
Hmm. You're just talking about how to get better at any game is to realize what the opponent is doing that you can beat
Yeah,
or that you
exactly.
can take advantage of, and what are you doing wrong that you can do better.
Man,
That's just how you improve at any game.
fighting games making me smart and not just be because I noticed my CS gameplay was even more crazier because like I applied those same concepts. Like
Yeah,
being a master in Street Fighter really opened up my eyes though because like I realized you have to do certain stuff and also follow certain principles to actually win. And
you
that's
have to
how
play
I
to your strengths and the opponent's weaknesses.
yeah, and that's how I got better at Melee too. So I mean,
I
I
believe
would
it was
say
Sun
that.
Tzu who said that.
Yeah, so actually Sun Tzu, like you're only minus on block or you're only plus on block if you're a loser.
I
Or it's minus on
believe it
block.
was Sun Tzu who said, if your neutral game is bad, you will lose 80% of the fights.
Exactly. Just how they say I don't know what's the other quote. I don't
Are
know.
you looking for an actual quote or are you looking for a dumb
Joke
quote?
quote.
Huh?
A joke quote. Just like the Sun
Oh,
Tzu
yeah.
minus on block thing.
I believe it was Sun Tzu who said, get good or get out.
Get, get. You would say that. It's literally
Literally.
it's like TLDR, he literally said "get good or get out" for most of his
Yeah.
quotes. It's literally what he says.
It's get good or get out or know everything.
You die. It's like everyone dies. You die. Kill or get killed. Everyone dies. You get killed.
Literally Undertale.
Okay, not the Undertale.
um I a quick sidebar. I had to reference The Art of War in a like 25 page paper I had to write last year.
Yeah,
And I got 100% on that paper. So,
yeah. Pro
yeah.
tip: use Sun Tzu in your paper,
Yeah.
or you can use George Orwell's 1984, which I'm reading. Look, I need to
Yeah,
finish
you're
that.
reading it for sure.
Yeah, look, I decided to like I got into like I just completely forgot about reading 1984 and decided
I
to
know
read
you.
One
I
Piece.
know you. I know there's no chance you're reading that for any more than 2 days.
No, I'm gonna read it again. Trust me. I look. I also. Oh yeah. I'm gonna advertise something at the end once we're getting done.
Did you get a sponsor?
No, there's also a thing that I've had in the works and all that that I'm advertising personally on my
Oh,
thing. It's a
that's good.
surprise, but
I I
we'll
can't wait
wait.
to hear about it.
We're gonna hold that for a little bit before we wrap things up. But um, yes, I will. Look, I jumped through so many different things because I have to learn electronics. I have to learn um,
Learn circuits. I need to
yeah,
learn
yeah.
combat techniques. I need to learn
And I'm a
digital marketing.
I'm a business major now.
Oh, why
So,
are you a business major? You're
well,
is that an actual thing? Are you actually a business major now?
I'm doing MIS. So yes, I'm doing
What does that mean?
management information systems. So I'm
Okay.
technically a business major right now because I'm part of a
Okay.
business school. So, yes, technically I am a business major officially. So,
Nice. Nice.
which is also another thing that has to involve about my other advertisement, which I'll get into afterwards. But
If you're actually a business major, what's your favorite flavor of crayon?
what's my favorite flavor of cream?
Flavor of crayon.
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 Oh, good question. I like the what's I like the sea blue, the Crayola sea blue. That one, I like that one. That one's like a pretty good flavor. What about
Okay.
you? What's your
That is
favorite?
I'm not a business major, so
No, okay.
I'm not really qualified to answer,
You gotta answer. You gotta
but
have at
I
least
would
an
say
answer.
yeah, I do have an answer. It's green. I'm partial to green myself.
Oh, so plain. Why don't you
Just the
pick
normal
a
lime green.
pick the lime green? Okay, okay. I was gonna say the sea blue is pretty good one.
Yeah, I think those two colors go well together.
Yeah.
Uh, I would also say I can get behind I could get behind the dark green as well, but lime green just tastes better in my opinion.
Hmm. Also, there's actually two things I'm actually announcing. So,
Yeah. Do you
um,
want to do that now, or
it's
are
a.
we ending it now, or are we?
Do you have anything else you want to put in before or plug before we finish off, or do you want to talk about anything else before we end off for this hour 13 that we've been talking?
Yeah, hour 13. Not really. We didn't really get to a lot of anime talk. We can do that in the next one.
Yeah,
I know you were so excited too,
I I don't really want
but
to talk about anime. Like I haven't watched anime. I'm not a weeb so far.
I I'm not either actually. Can't I can't tell you the last time I finished something or finished a show,
The last
which
significant
isn't
thing,
saying a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
the last significant one was probably One Piece because of course I've been doing that. Second last was Eurocamp because I'm revisiting Eurocamp again.
Did you rewatch that? Is that what you mean?
I'm revisiting it again, so I'm trying to go
Nice.
through season one again and try to like go into that. Um, of course, the other third one was Bochi, but I mean that's been
Yes.
ages ago. So I mean, it's like half a year, wasn't it? Or,
Yeah, because actually I would say less than half a year. Oh no, it's
no, yeah,
what,
it's been half a
August.
year. Yeah,
It's been half the year. Yeah.
So I mean, I've been like that's been some time ago, but I mean, other than that,
No, I would probably say One Piece is up there for me. Like if we're rating them.
yeah, I would say One Piece is pretty good. I would say,
Um, I would say, actually, how much time do we have? I'm fine to keep going.
Or 860.
Uh,
So I mean, it's early.
I'll talk about some hot takes next time, but I will say One Piece I like for all of the right reasons.
Yeah.
I like I like shows like Sailor Moon for all the wrong reasons
Hmm.
because listening to the if you've ever watched a Sailor Moon dub, you would know that it is hilarious to watch. It doesn't feel real watching it as a dub.
You have not seen the One Piece 4 Kids dub.
I have
You have? Oh
I
no.
well, I've seen like clips of it. I didn't sit down and
Okay.
watch it. But what I did do is I watched all of Sailor Moon season 1 in the dub, and
Yeah.
that was hilarious.
Hmm.
I have watched clips of the One Piece dub, and let me tell you, I can't handle Sanji's voice because Sanji is my favorite character. And hearing him talk like that is disgusting.
Guess what? He's British in the live action. He's actually
He
British.
wouldn't be British.
He's British.
That's fair. That's fair, actually. All the
So
all famous British people are known for cooking food, so
yeah, Gordon Ramsay
yep,
yelling at
eh,
people in the kitchen.
yep. And that's about it. No other famous British people exist.
Yeah. Isn't shoot? What's the other chef that's also British? I forgot. I forgot his name, but I know.
Um, is it just a chef? Forgot, just a normal.
No, 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 no. From like TV.
Oh, from TV.
Yeah, a chef from TV, but I forgot his name.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. You know who I'm talking
hold
about,
on.
right?
Yeah, hold on. I got you on the lookup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I've seen him a lot in like Food Channel or I don't know
Guy
live
Fieri.
live TV. No, Guy
Bobby Flay.
Fieri's. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Bobby Flay's the one you're thinking of.
yeah. I think so.
I'm pretty sure it's Bobby Flay.
Yeah, it's probably Bobby Flay. I was thinking. Guy Fieri.
Rachel
Guy
Ray.
Fieri's isn't he Canadian?
Is he? I don't know.
Shoot, is he? Oh,
Actually, do me a favor and look up. Once you figure out if he's Canadian or not, look up Guy Fieri without frosted tips.
let's see. Co-owned. Wait, what did you else did you want me to look at?
Guy Fieri without his frosted tips.
Without his what?
Frosted tips, which is the thing you call like the yellow spiked hair
It's
or the white
just
spiked
like
hair.
photoshopped.
It it's just a normal guy.
Why? Is he just looks like a normal guy?
He looks like a normal guy, like worse. I've never seen somebody look good in frosted
He
tips, but then you
has
go to that and he's like,
his hair looks so basic.
it's too iconic. You can't
Someone
look at
just
anything else
posted.
about
There's
it.
like a Reddit thing where it's like Fat Ludwig the Photoshop of Fat Ludwig.
Sure,
That's how it looks like him. It's like Fat Ludwig.
that's fair. That's actually really true.
um. Also, is he Canadian? Very Canadian. Um. Let's see. Let's figure it out.
Nationality is Fieri. That's what I'm gonna know.
Columbus. Oh, Columbus, Ohio. Okay.
Oh, he's Ohio.
Because when you say Fury, it sounded like French, and the first thing that comes up because he's American, but he's kind of French. So the first
Yeah,
thing that came up to me was probably Canadian. That's probably
that's
what
yeah.
came to
I
mind.
could get behind that. If you told
Yeah,
me that, I would have believed you.
yeah. You know what? I can probably gaslight someone now.
You could.
I could
You could
gaslight someone.
definitely.
I have info now, so I can
What
like
a
people would believe me too.
what a low level gaslight. Hey, did you know Guy Fieri is Canadian?
Well, I
All
mean,
right.
it's a gaslight to
Okay.
say the say the least.
No, it is.
Yeah. So I mean, you could take
I,
this information too as you will, and
I
also
could.
use this to like just in like as a in a conversation, and just randomly
Yeah.
say, "Hey, did you know that Guy Fieri is actually Canadian?" Just casually, and then you can just make them believe it. You don't have to correct them whatsoever, or just
Gotta
like,
hit him with who's Guy Fieri.
yeah,
And they
who's Guy Fieri? Yeah, who's
uh
Steve Jobs?
leave the ball.
God.
All right, let's
The stock
get this
market
over with.
crashed in 2007. No,
Yeah.
it's like who's Steve Jobs? The stock market crashed in 2007 to 2000.
Oh yeah, I got you. All right, let's end this before it goes on. We're
Yeah.
forcing it to go
Oh
on.
yeah, we are. Oh yeah, before I
What are
end
you gonna?
off.
You got two
So,
things.
there's one teaser.
Two
Um
things.
I don't know if anybody's listening to this from like Illinois, or I don't know who's my audience and all that. But if anybody's listening outside of like probably in the Illinois area, like Champaign, ISU, or I don't know, Bloomington, Morden, I don't know, some of the other stuff. Um, I don't know if I even have audience there or we have audience over there, but um,
Anyway.
if you are tuning in all that, and if you play Melee, or if you just want to have a good time, um,
Oh my.
we are starting a Smash Scene, baby. We are actually starting a Smash Scene at Bradley. Finally, it's about time that I actually was able to announce
That's
this.
big news.
Now, I don't have specific details right now, but if you check my Twitter, which it's like listed on the podcast website, or check in like I don't know, whatever streaming site you're like on right now, um, search up Corner of the Party, or search up you know my what's it called, my
Your
Twitter.
handle.
Yeah, my Twitter handle,
It's
which is
actually not
X.
called
It's
Twitter
actually
anymore.
X.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you know about like my Twitter or my X account, um, it's at Swifty
Ew.
Clouds. At Swifty Clouds. Stay tuned. More info going on that. I'm so excited to finally announce this because I've been working with another person, which I'll reveal a little bit later, hopefully, like in another thing or another post. Which, um, I just finally can't wait to finally be able to start Melee
That's
singing
big.
because it's
That's
been
actually really big
a
news.
while. So hopefully this goes successfully, and I really like hope that like it also like becomes in a like a pretty big successful thing. So that way we can probably cater it, or probably like try to cultivate it for like some years to go on. Hopefully the Smash team doesn't die again, because COVID kind of killed it, or killed Melee. So I want to see if I can make it thrive a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully.
As
Uh,
much as I want Melee to die, I do hope it goes well.
Thank
I
you,
do
thank you.
I do wish you the best with that.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see how that goes out. Also, that leads me to another thing. So it's a little bit of
Yes.
an advertisement too, and this is also to be announced as well. Hitboxes, right? You know that controller that I
Yes.
had with like
Yeah.
Yoshi and stuff like that. So the one that has
Yeah.
all buttons. Um,
Yeah. The keyboard.
I really like this controller and all that. So this controller has been like a service to me, because what I will say, when I switched to this and not a arcade stick, this carried me all the way from what's it called? From all the way to gold to all the way to master. Now, not this specific controller, but I was playing on the layout on keyboard for quite a while, and then I switched to actually buying this because I really thought it was going to be a good investment, and rightfully so, because like it has serviced me well. It's very portable. I was able to carry it wherever I can, and let's be honest, holding a giant controller. You see how big my stick was. Remember? Do you
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
how big my stick was? And I
Yeah.
have to put that in a giant backpack. Now, think of
Yeah. I
that being
remember.
so much more slimmer and all that, and being able to put this on. I'm able to put this into what's it called? Like my sling bag. Remember that sling bag that I took around with me?
Yeah.
I can just carry this and just put it into my sling bag right now. So it's a really good controller. But what this has to do with hitboxes,
Tell me you're sponsored by some hitbox company.
no. You know what? I'm sponsoring myself, baby. Yeah, that's right. I'm
What?
making hitboxes.
That's insane.
So I'm making hitboxes and all that. I'm gonna have to share this with you afterwards. But
Yes,
I
please
have
do.
I have a working prototype, by the way, which I basically made my own. I soldered it all together, grabbed all the parts, bought all of it, and I have like different stuff arranged all together to actually be able to do this. So me and a bunch of other friends are trying to pursue this kind of business and trying to tread the waters. Now we're doing it locally, which we're doing. We're starting off. We're trying to see if we can cater to some people on our scene, because we have a fighting game community that we have at our school, So,
Yes.
Bradley Peeps, if you are hearing this podcast, ask me more about it because I'm going to be selling these eventually. But for those who are outside too, and Enzo, if you want to get one
So
too, I will offer it to you for a cheap price too, Enzo,
I
especially
am
for
not going
you.
to make you decrease the price for me, but I will stay tuned as
If
to see how this
if you
business
wanna
goes.
if you wanna get into fighting games and you want an easy barrier and for a cheap price for an actual controller you can take to tournaments, hit me up. But this I have a working prototype. Let me go walk to the other room and like put some ASMR for you really quickly. Hold
You
on.
don't have to do that. That's
Now,
okay.
let me get it because this is like actually really hype because I have it actually working.
Let me
Hold
put
on.
on some ASMR for
Let me
you.
see.
Yeah, go right ahead. Anyway, I guess we're waiting for that.
All right.
That's big news, actually. I did not expect him to be
Just close
making
the
his own
door. Hold
product.
on. So you can hear. Hold on. Let me turn off noise suppression right now.
No, yeah, I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me
So
see if
sounds like
OBS is
mouse
picking this
straps
up.
in my ears.
This is also a working prototype that I basically soldered together. I'm gonna have to send you a picture of it because it was crazy when I was able to do this. I was like actually freaking out when I was able to like work it.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, it's really big because I really want to get this kind of entrepreneurship kind of thing working around,
Yeah.
and like it's like probably the step that I've never decided to like take beyond my wildest dreams because like it's like something that I never expected that I would do, and also like something that's completely new to me. I've barely soldered. I've barely gone into like the level of trying to learn electronics and all that until now.
Yeah.
And then like on top of that, like I'm actually motivated to code again, which is
That's
crazy.
big.
That's
That's
coming
big.
from me who like hated code in projects for like quite some time because like you know how I dropped out of
Yeah. CS.
yes, yes. So um I did that for a business too. So like having a business background is also helpful where I can learn all
Oh,
of this
100%.
together.
Yeah.
So it's an entrepreneurship that I'm gonna like try to see what I can work out. And to wrap this up short, um I'm gonna be selling these pretty soon, so stay tuned. These things are like pretty big. I'm gonna put a picture up on the video and all that for audio listeners if you guys are interested. I'm actually putting up some pictures on Twitter over time, and also maybe you'll see one on the timeline soon and all that after this episode or this pod
Yeah.
episode comes up. I'll
I'll look
probably
for
do that.
sure.
And then I'll probably post it on the server too, or my Discord server. If you guys aren't part of that, you'll do that. So everyone stay tuned. It's a definitely great thing. And also, if you're new to fighting games or you have no clue how to get into fighting games, or like if you no clue what the product is, I'm gonna try to introduce it to you guys and kind of show you the ins and outs of what this is and what you can accomplish with this, because it's definitely interesting. So hopefully you guys are pretty eager to look into it, just how I'm eager to try to introduce this to you guys. But um, yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
I really am. That's awesome that you're
Yeah,
doing that. You said it was you and a couple of friends.
yeah.
Nice.
Um,
Well,
I'm gonna
best of
censor
luck
this
to all
out.
of you.
I'm gonna censor this out. You want to join my company?
I cannot say I cannot say I will be much help if I join. Uh
Well, probably coding, or if you can do the website.
I maybe am able to do the website. I'm definitely not going to
Okay.
code. I can't stand coding.
All right. Censor over. Other than that, you have nothing else to plug before we end off again.
I have nothing else to plug. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have anything else to plug? Anything else to say?
Nothing besides those two actually so far. So probably end off there. But yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Um, thank you guys for tuning in. This was Corner of the Party episode 3. I don't even know what I'm gonna title this episode either.
episode 3. Yeah.
Episode 3.
Uh, I mean, we talked about games a lot more than we did. We already have a gaming
We did have a
episode?
gaming episode, but I mean, it
Oh
didn't
no,
really. It doesn't really matter. I like this is how I kind of purpose.
gaming
Yeah,
2.
this is how I kind of purpose like this kind of podcast. Anyways, like I just want to
Yeah, just
chill.
a nice place to chill.
Yeah. So I mean, Yeah, that's gonna be it. I'm just gonna wrap it up short, and yeah,
Yeah. Well,
hopefully,
thank you guys for listening then.
yeah, thank you guys for listening, and hopefully we don't take another month off. Maybe we'll probably have one again, another episode, some eventually
We
pretty soon.
definitely will have one a lot sooner than we did.
Yeah,
That's for sure. A lot
because
sooner than the gap between this one and the last one.
thankfully, because Enzo's not working, I have some work, and not
Yeah.
to mention I have the business, like I mentioned before. But
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully we'll probably get one eventually.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right, this was Corner of the Party, and we are out. Peace.
goodbye. Peace.